Hey everybody, we're back again to talk a little NFL football. We are down to the crunch time now.
Down to the wire.
Yeah.
No slip-ups.
No
You gotta
slip.
win.
This is week 15,
You gotta
and there's
win.
only 17 weeks, so only 3 more weeks counting this
You
one.
gotta win.
You have to win right now if you want to go to the Super Bowl. If you want to go to the playoffs, some people
Need to win.
Need to win to even get into the playoffs. But before we get in to talk about week 15, we got to recap
The goal is to gather those dubs.
and get those done. But let's do a little recap on week 14. Talk about what happened last week because there were some good
Interesting
things
games.
and some bad things happened last week to some teams. So let's go ahead and jump into that. First of all, for some bad things, the Patriots played the Rams.
And they looked prehistoric on offense.
Yeah.
I mean, you could look back at the museum and then you could see the Patriots offense right there.
The Museum of Natural History had the Patriots offense in it this week.
Because the Rams defense, led by Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey,
Completely shut them down. It was 24-3, and that pretty much put a kibosh on the Patriots.
and it keeps the Rams keying for that NFC West title.
Maybe they're still floating around. Again, every game matters for them.
They're in the lead right now.
The one thing is the Patriots are not going to be in the playoffs. So that's a big change this
That's a
year
big
to what's
change,
happened over the
yes.
past 10 years. But the Rams, they've got their upset. We'll see this week. We'll make a big
Jared
difference.
Goff needs to stop turning the ball over.
Let's see. Sunday we had the Texans at the Bears. That was a shocker.
Who the heck saw that coming?
Where did those Bears come from?
They came back from hibernation.
They had scored 36 points in the last 5 games combined.
Or like the past 2 seasons. maybe.
Combined, yeah. How did they get 36 points? I really thought the Texans would do a whole
Deshaun
lot.
Watson was beat down like a punching bag in that game.
Now,
6 sacks by the Bears.
The Bears do have a good defense, so we'll give the Bears a really good defense. It's just their offense has been doing nothing. But their offense actually scored this week. I don't know if that's a fluke. I almost think it's a fluke.
Maybe, yeah, because Mitchell Trubisky's still running the show.
They haven't done it that much. So, if they'd done it 4 or 5 weeks in a row, we'd say, hey, maybe they're getting better. But they only did it one time, so I don't have faith in them yet.
The Bears are still in the hunt, but they would require a lot of teams to lose.
I really don't think that's going to. I don't think the Bears have it yet. Speaking of other teams that don't have a chance, the Cowboys at the Bengals.
The Cowboys mopped the poop deck with the Bengals.
Yeah, Bengals are in sad shape with the
Joe Burrow
being out. There's a lot of injuries. This just ain't going to be their year. But very rarely is it when a rookie comes in that you have a great year. I mean, Peyton Manning came in and went.
I hope Joe
1 and
Burrow
15.
could recover from that knee injury and produce. Because he seems like a good quarterback.
Yeah. I'm anxious to see him next year to see what happens.
This league needs good QBs.
Yeah, now let's get into the playoff hunt games. We had the Chiefs-Dolphins, and the Chiefs
Struggled in the first quarter.
But they flexed.
But they flexed after that because their sheer talent
They
and coaching
pure talent.
just dominated them.
They've got so much talent on that team. They can mess up
and still win
for half a game.
and still find a way to win.
Yeah, they can sit on the sideline and play video games and eating crackers and come out second half and kill you because they got so much talent.
It's a viper. That's what they are. They are boa constrictors with poisonous fangs.
Now the Dolphins are still in the playoffs right now.
But they did fight against Kansas City there late.
That was a struggle. But that was
a struggle,
that
but
was
Kansas
a strike.
City got it.
That was a strike against the Dolphins. We've got to keep an eye on. We got the Cardinals at the Giants.
The Giants' offense did not perform well.
No, Jones.
Daniel Jones just had a lot of fumbles.
Well, he didn't he pull a muscle too?
Yeah, I think he pulled a muscle, and that kind of contributed to his bad play. But
Yeah,
the Cardinals get a big win for their playoff hopes.
The Cardinals. I still think the Cardinals are on the outside looking in, unless some really big things happen. I think they had their chance, and they, when they went on that streak and lost 4 out of 5, that really took the heart out of their season. Now, don't get me wrong, they could gel in there and they could get going, but I think the Cardinals are on the outside looking in. The Giants are on the outside looking in. But they were tied for the lead in the division, and now
they're trailing
not.
the Wumbos, which we will get later.
Yeah. We had the Vikings-Bucks.
What a spoiled, missed opportunity by Minnesota. I mean, Tampa Bay didn't play great, But man,
The Vikings missed 3 field goals,
And an
makeable field goals,
and an extra
and an extra point, and
that cost them the game.
they
Put those points together, and they probably would have.
they would have had a chance. They would have had a chance to win if they would have just. Field goal kicking is in the worst state I have ever. I know people don't care about field goal, but field goal kicking wins and loses games. How many wide rights or wide lefts have you seen that's won games or lost games? This year, we're getting multiple misses every single game. It seems there's missing extra points and field goals, just like they're giving out candy. It's hard. Field goal, we're having struggle. We need some good quality field goal kickers coming into this league. But anyways, I'll get off the field goal kickers. The Bucks did beat the Vikings and put a real big damper in the Vikings' hopes
to make the postseason.
The Vikings are still trying to. They still got some room.
They're in the same state as the Bears.
They're in the same state. They need some help. Buccaneers are right on the cusp too. They're right on the cusp of making it in. They've got a favorable schedule, so we'll see how that goes. We had the Broncos, Panthers.
We're going ahead in that tank.
Tank, baby. The Panthers are right now in line for a top 5 pick in the draft, so that's not a bad thing. The Cowboys ain't gonna win Super Bowl this year. Panthers ain't gonna win Super Bowl this year. So let's get us a good pick.
I guess
in the draft.
both of our teams are fighting for the draft position.
Let's see if we can get a really good draft pick. How about get a top 5 defensive player or a top 5 offensive player to stick on the team that's already pretty good?
Your team needs a defensive player.
They need a defensive coordinator, but I don't know if you can get one of those in the draft. So we had the Titans, Jaguars. Titans got back on the line.
And the Titans just Derrick Henry trampled the Jaguars.
Another 200-yard rushing game.
Once again, boosting his lead in the rushing total this year. 1,500
yards 2 years in a row. He's already over 1,500, so he's
ran for over 1,000 yards in 2 straight seasons.
He is a monster. We had the Colts, Raiders. Poor Raiders.
The Raiders' defense was so bad that they fired their defensive coordinator after the game.
44-27. Yeah. Now
Philip Rivers, good old Philip.
Philip Rivers,
a little bit of youth.
He's a trail mix. Philip Rivers can come in and just give you a bag of M&Ms, and then sometimes he can come in and give you a bag of raisins. So, but Philip Rivers was throwing out the candy. So he looks pretty good. And of course,
Indianapolis's heart and soul is through their defense this year.
Yeah, and the Vegas defense has been giving up running yards like they're giving away candy too. So the Vegas is struggling a little bit on their running defense. The Colts are looking pretty good for a playoff spot, even fighting Tennessee for the lead in the AFC East. So.
Due to Tennessee has a better conference record, so let's see how that goes.
First place. We'll see how it goes. It is going to come down to the wire. Got the Jets, Seahawks.
What?
That happened like it was supposed to. 40-3. I mean,
the Jets were just awful, like they've been all year long.
They are tanking for Trevor.
It's no question.
You can't even hide it now. You can't even hide it. They're tanking.
You don't get blown out 40-3
by a team that has no defense. The Seahawks don't have a defense, and you score 3 points.
I guess that shows you how Adam Gase coaches that Jets team.
I still don't know why I ain't coaching, but my goodness, we had the Packers. We had the Packers and the Lions.
The Packers with Aaron Rodgers got the job done. Although they didn't play the absolute best game they could have played. They didn't
play the best game. The Lions are a little feisty, but the Packers,
because they got rid of their coach.
They got rid of their coach a little bit. They're playing a little hard, but right now the Packers are the best team record-wise in the NFC.
Because of the next game.
Because of the next game, we had the Saints at the Eagles, and man,
Jalen Hurts coming in like an eagle soaring through the sky, beat the Saints.
First win against the number 1 team in your league. So that's not
quarterback controversy.
That's not too bad of a start. I did not see the Eagles beating the Saints. Of course, I've been a little afraid of Taysom Hill running that offense because it's
not looking too great.
I mean, they score points, but it's just not been clicking.
It's not consistent.
No. And when you don't use Alvin Kamara, you're going to end up with trouble. And his carries and his touches have been getting less and less and less and less. So Drew Brees, I think, has been activated from the list. So hopefully we'll get him back pretty soon. Falcons, Chargers.
The Chargers won a close game.
What? They didn't lose one
But the Falcons lost a close game.
you knew one of those two was going to lose a close game.
Because those two are the kings.
Those two are the FC king and the NFC king
of choking
and losing games really close at the end. But neither one of those teams are going to the playoffs. That was just a fun game to watch. We got the Washington Wombos
putting out the 49ers.
The 49ers lights. The 49ers were fighting for that last shot.
The injuries got them in the end.
Washington snuffed that out. It's over.
Two defensive touchdowns gave them the win.
And again, with the Giants lost, the W's wins. First place,
Washington.
And the NFC East. You never saw that coming. And then we had the Steelers at the Bills.
Steelers fraud status?
Maybe fraud level 5 right now.
I don't know. Their defense has played well, but their offense is kind of...
How many 11-0 teams has lost in the first round of the playoffs?
Plenty.
So we'll just have to wait and see here. That was the best record the Steelers had ever started out with, but
they've slipped up.
They've lost two in a row now, and they haven't looked really well doing it. You know, it hadn't been close ones. They've been just got unlucky. I mean, they got 26-15. Allen threw all over them. So
the next game we're about to talk about was really exciting.
And then the last game, the Monday night game, we had the Ravens-Browns 47-42.
Big game.
That was a big game. That was
no
huge.
Defense played whatsoever.
No,
and that was a big win for Baltimore.
Baltimore needed that win. That was their win in or out game. That was a huge game for them. Now they're still in the talk for the playoffs.
Lamar Jackson to the rescue here.
Mm-hmm. The Browns are still in the playoffs, but if they get on it, they need to win a few games, or they could end up falling out of the playoffs. So all these games are big. So let's do it. Let's go ahead and jump into Week 15. Thursday night game, Chargers, Raiders. The Raiders have looked bad.
And the Chargers might have put them out.
Yeah. The Chargers might have put them out. I think the Raiders are out. We had that Thursday game. Chargers won 32-27.
That's the last Thursday night game of the season.
That's the last one of the year. Let's go ahead and jump into the new games. We got Bills, Broncos.
The Bills should.
We got two Saturday games.
The Bills should win that game.
I think the Bills win that by 7+ points. I think that's a good one to go with. We got the your poor Panthers.
Play Green Bay.
And
we're going to get killed.
In Green Bay.
And we're going to get killed.
And you're going to get killed, yeah. I think that's another touchdown plus game. Should be fun to watch, though, because the Panthers will be competitive in it. Sunday, we got the Bucs at the Falcons.
The Buccaneers should win.
That should be the Bucs, yeah. That's probably another touchdown plus game. Games that don't matter, 49ers, Cowboys.
49ers.
I'll take the 49ers, yeah. Cowboys are a little miserable right now. We got the Lions at the Titans.
The Titans.
Titans by a mile. Yeah, I don't know if the Lions can stop the run. So
the Lions are pretty bad against the run. And that's a
death sentence. Texans, Colts. I got the Colts in that one too. Probably
Indy should win.
Another touchdown game. Yeah, we got the Patriots at the Dolphins. The Patriots could play spoiler here.
And put out the Dolphins.
And put the Dolphins outside of the playoffs looking in.
But because of how bad their offenses looked, I'm going to pick Miami.
I'll still pick Miami, yeah. But we do have a spoiler one there. We got the Bears, Vikings.
That is a win or go home.
One of those two are going to have a slim chance to make the playoffs. The other one is over. The season's over. You can just play for fun from here on out. But if you don't win this one, you're going home for the playoffs. So this is so that's a huge game. I will take the Vikings.
I'm going to take the Vikings.
Talent wise, they should do it. You know,
they got Cook is
they got Dalvin Cook. They got Jefferson, the good wide receiver.
Thielen.
Yeah, they got Thielen. They got Cousins. Did I say that out loud? Cousins. I mean, he's just like that. I don't know if I like that or not, but they should out talent them. We got the Seahawks at the Washington Wombos. That should be a good game.
Washington could play a little spoiler for Seattle's division title hopes if they beat them.
Yep.
But Seattle should win.
I'm probably going with Seattle on this one too. Again, talent-wise. Washington's been a good story.
On offense, Seattle has more weapons on offense.
Seattle. I don't think Washington can score with them. I think it'll end up being It might be a close game, but I still think Washington can keep up scoring with them.
No, I don't think they can keep up with the Seahawks.
No, we got the Jaguars, Ravens.
The Ravens should win that game.
That should be the biggest win of the week.
Of the season.
I think that's a 14-plus.
Probably the biggest week of the year.
I think that's a walk away. Yeah, that's a walk away win. I got the Jets, Rams. No, wait, man, that might be the biggest.
That might be the biggest
one of this week. Yeah,
the Rams are going to
destroy
the Jets.
The Jets.
They're getting closer to that coveted goal.
Yeah, they're 0-13. Only 3 more losses, but only 4 more.
3 more losses.
3 more losses. 0-16. Baby, come on now. We got the Eagles, Cards. This one is huge. The Eagles still have a slim chance to win their division.
They have to hope that the Giants and the Washington loses ahead of them.
So Washington, both of them could lose this week. Washington is probably going to lose against the Seahawks, and the Giants play the Browns later. So if the Eagles win, they've got a chance to still win the division. But the Cardinals need to win, or they're out of the playoffs. So one of these two, again, win
or go home.
Or go home. This is a win or go home game,
I think it's time for the Eagles to go home. I think I'm going to pick the Cardinals.
I think I'm going to pick the Cards too, and it's time for the Eagles to go home. Yep. We got the Chiefs, Saints.
With Drew Brees back.
With Drew
Let's
Brees
see
back.
What's going on in that game.
That is a spectacular game. And just because of Drew Brees being rusty,
I'm going to pick Kansas City.
I'm going to pick the Chiefs. If this had been 5 games and Drew Brees had been in there rolling, and
then I would have given the Saints more of a chance. But the Chiefs,
I think the Chiefs
are too good.
Are just too good. And again, the timing will be just a tad off in the passing game, and I think that could make the difference. We got the Browns, Giants. We just mentioned
the Browns secondary has struggled this year, but. The Giants' offense has struggled this year, so I'm going to give the nod to Cleveland.
Yeah, I got Cleveland probably by a touchdown. And you just realized we picked all 4 NFC East teams to lose. So Washington is still in the lead with a loss. And then Monday night, we got a good bounce-back game for the Steelers. They need a good bounce-back game. They play the Bengals. So the Steelers should win that one pretty easily.
The Steelers are going to beat the Bengals.
They should.
I'm sorry, not the Bengals. The
Bengals. Yeah.
They're playing like the Bengals right now.
Yeah. So that's it. That is NFL football for week 15 already.
Click the like button and hit the subscribe button for more content.
Leave a comment or something.
Leave a comment down below in case what you think is going to happen this week.
Hit the Groovy Baby button over here somewhere. Other than that, we'll see you next week.
See you next week.